Com um anãozinho, né? No, move. What's up, guys? This Christmas was kind of weird for me. Christmas is usually my favorite holiday. You know, I'm a Christmas guy. But this season, I just didn't feel like into it. And speaking with family and friends, I kind of got the sense that they felt the same way. Is it because our country's so divided? Is it because when we look around, we're struggling to make ends meet, and now we're expected to buy presents for people who you haven't spoken to in a long time because families are fighting more than ever? I don't know. But this season just seemed kind of meh to me. On Christmas Day, I watched the film Miracle on 34th Street. I hadn't seen it in a couple years, but I remember it being a pretty entertaining and inspirational story. And the general themes in it are pretty good. You know, the idea of consumerism versus the spirit of Christmas. The battle between being a responsible and reasonable adult versus embracing your inner child. But there's a theme that I caught that I hadn't quite noticed before. And it was the idea that bad things or people or circumstances can be used for good. In the beginning of the film, we meet a drunken Santa who can't participate in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, so he has to be replaced by Kris Kringle, who brought the attention of the drunkenness to Susan, who runs the parade. The greedy store head honchos, it was Kringle's idea to send customers to other stores, and that ends up bringing Christmas cheer to not only the customers, but themselves as well, becoming more generous. Then you have Mr. Sawyer, the psychiatrist at Macy's. He uses his arrogance and pompousness, and that ends up setting the hearing and actually helping Alfred in the long run. Or hey, how about this? The corrupt politician and the judge. He used their thirst for power to allow the hearing to continue. You remember the lazy postal worker who didn't want to deal with all the Santa letters? Well, let's just dump them off at the courthouse, and then they don't have to deal with it. Well, that ended up being the proof that exonerated Kris Kringle. Can we do this today? We have a government filled with people wearing red ties or blue ties that are becoming millionaires, while everyday people struggle. Can this be used for good? Then there's the corporate media, who instills fear in us. Whether it's from diseases or the economy, or that we are taught to fear and hate each other. Could this be used for good? Or how about the social media influencers who teach our kids that getting likes and having clout is more important than taking care of each other and looking for a need to fill? Can that be used for good? Or the belief that if you think differently than another person, then that person is worth less than you, and that they are definitely a communist or a Nazi, or that they hate America. Can that be used for good? I believe that it can. I don't know how, but I do know one thing. If we want to be miserable every rolling day of the year, to just sit there and use up your years and time and resources and energy into things that just make you a total drag inside and out, well, I guess you got plenty of options. You have to choose to be happy. Whatever it is you believe, whatever it is you're going through, as tough as it may seem, you must choose to be happy. Because if not you, then who? If you choose to serve those around you, not worrying about how many people see it or how many likes it gets, if you choose to seek out a need that you can fill, if you choose to gather around people who want to see you succeed as much as you want them to succeed, if you choose to love others regardless of your differences, if you embrace the true spirit of Christmas, on Christmas and every other day, of peace on earth and goodwill toward men, you will find happiness. It's not easy. I mean, hating someone is easy. Hating something is easy. Just accepting what you're told by people who don't give one brain cell to your existence is easy. Doing nothing is easy. Choosing to put others before yourself is hard. Putting in thought and kindness, especially to some people, is hard. Working hard is, well, hard. But if not you, then who?